What's going on, everybody? Chris is super excited. I hope you all are.
Yes.
This is a long time in the making. We're doing a drive-in old school this time.
Yeah.
We're not actually watching the movie. I know Chris is disappointed.
I didn't want to watch this movie.
We did 2 of these before. Lakin and I watched Human Centipede 1 and 2 it's like 3 years ago now.
Something like that,
We
yeah.
finally watched Human Centipede 3 tonight, so you know what time it is. It's time for me to ruin Chris's night. So, you remember Dr. Red Skull from the first movie, right?
Yeah.
You remember pooping fat from the second movie?
Yeah.
Okay.
The one that probably the baby.
Yeah, well, I mean, maybe. So the second movie starts out, and we find out that the first movie was a movie. And then you know, this guy, he's watching it, and it happens. Guess what? Another Inception layer. This one is also, the other 2 movies exist in universe, alright? Okay, so, Dr. Red Skull is back. Different character, same guy, different character. Now he is Texas prison warden.
So he's not the actor who played Red Skull?
No, it's the actor that played him in the first movie.
Okay, and now he's a prison warden?
Yeah, it's not the same character. He's just the same actor. Same deal with Poopin' Fat from the second movie.
Oh, good. Is he here too?
He is.
Oh, wonderful.
He's the prison warden, Dr. Red Skull's assistant.
They just don't have many people that are willing to be in this movie, is what you're telling me.
Hang on. Dr. Red Skull, now his name is Mr. Boss. His name is Bill Boss. He's the warden of the prison. Alright? And then Poopin' Fat, he's now Fat Hitler, right? He just looks like Hitler with a fat.
That's the redeeming quality of him, right?
He's the assistant. Okay. Mr. Boss Red Skull, he is not doing well, alright?
Good. Did he consider playing a football game?
Well, I mean, you know...
With Adam Sandler and Terry Crews? And not eating each other's poop?
They're not gonna eat each other's poop. So the governor he's like, look, man, you gotta do better. You suck. You're fucking it up. It's an election year. I'm gonna shit down your throat. That was not... that was not intended. That pun was not meant to be there. Warden Red Skull Boss, he's just like, no, I'm not having this. He's like, we're too soft on these prisoners. They executed a guy last week. They gave him a lethal injection. We need to go medieval. We need to start hitting them in the face with stuff. Alright?
They killed a dude.
Assistant Fat Hitler, he's like, look, Warden, I have ideas. We can do stuff. And then Dr. Red Skull Boss is like, nope, your ideas are stupid. I hate you. We're going to beat people. So there's an inmate. He's on the ground. Apparently there was a riot. There was something, or he stabbed a guard. I don't really remember. I think he just stabbed a guard. So they call Warden shit down. He comes down the hall, and he's like, which one was it? It's like, oh, it was this guy over here. Like, okay. So he goes over there and says some not nice things to him.
You should say nice things.
He didn't. And then he's like, all right, well, you know what? Here, I'll tell him how it's gonna be. And he breaks the dude's arm.
You shouldn't do that.
No,
that's.
And then he tells him,
Was this supposed to be in like the modern times where?
I think so.
Okay.
And he tells him, whenever that bone heals, I'll be back and I'll do a follow-up visit. I'm your doctor now.
I don't think he's a doctor.
He shouldn't be a doctor. Every time an inmate sees him, they're like, I'm gonna rape you to death. You know,
I kind of feel like they should.
I mean, you know. He also has this secretary. She's basically there for him to sexually harass. It's not alright.
So we're supposed to root for this guy, right?
Oh, yeah, he's the best. He's really the best.
Okay, he sounds like good people.
He gets a package in the mail, and it's some delightful candies. He's like, candy, I like candy. And Hitler Fat, he's like, what's that? What is that? He says, oh, I got this. Here's a throwback to another movie we watched. African tribes cook them. The chiefs eat them for power. It's a jar full of dried clits. Yeah.
It's fucked up, because I actually kind of thought this is going to be clitorises, isn't it? So he knows what they are, receives them,
eats them.
By
the handful.
He knows that doesn't count as finding it, right?
I don't think he understands.
I don't think I like this guy.
No, he's not the best.
Is it supposed to be like sweet candy or some shit with sugar?
No, because later, lady who's there for him to abuse, he's making her blow him, and afterwards, she's like, can I have a candy to get the taste out of my mouth? And he's like, yeah, go for it. And then Fat Hitler's like, no, don't do that. And she's like, oh, it's salty. Dad, don't eat candy out of this guy's desk.
No!
So he's like on this warpath. He's like, you know what? We've got to start torturing people more. So they waterboard a guy with like boiling water. You know, they say some mean shit to him.
Did they consider not doing that?
He didn't. 2 prison guards bring him some like buckets of water, and he's like, no, I said boiling water. Because, you know, it's not good enough to just drown a guy in a bucket.
This isn't a spa.
They bring him the shit back. They pour it in his face, melt his face off. It's all gooey and sticky.
Duh.
Right, you shouldn't really do that.
Oh.
And the whole time, Fat Hitler's like, dude, listen, I have an idea. I have a plan. And he's like, nah, man, that's not stupid. Your plans are dumb. I'm smart. I'm crazy.
I feel like I know what Fat Hitler's plan is.
No. You get a couple more scenes of him freaking the fuck out because he's afraid of inmates. He's like, oh no, these inmates, if they ever get loose, I'm gonna get things that should happen to me done to me.
There's a way to prevent that. Just, I don't do the things you do.
Yeah, don't do those. Those are bad.
Yeah.
So Mr. Boss, Mr. Red Skull Boss, he's got some of his own ideas. He's like, no, I'm not listening to Poop Turds, Fat Hitler's ideas. I got a better idea. We're gonna castrate all the fucking inmates. We're just gonna cut their balls off, and that'll pacify them. Nobody will want to be mad, and nobody will want to be mean. And,
I'd be pretty mad if someone cut my penis off.
Well,
my balls. I'd be
just
upset.
the balls. They leave the dick.
I wouldn't be happy.
No, probably not. But
I'd have a case of the Mondays for sure.
He tells all the inmates over the megaphone when he's up there screaming racist shit one day. He's like,
As
all
you
right.
do.
He's like, all right, we're gonna castrate all of you. We put all your names in a hat. We're gonna pick it out at random, and the first guy that we're gonna cut your balls off is Tattoo Man. So
I don't want this to happen to Tattoo Man.
Tattoo Man is taken into a hallway by 2 guards, and Dr. Red Skull, Billy Boss, is there. And I'm pretty sure Fat Hitler was there. Fat Hitler has a blowtorch.
Do they not have fucking people?
I mean, it's this prison.
I don't know. I'm picturing the prison from The Longest Yard. I'm guessing it's not.
I mean, you know, they had some like fences and some walls.
Oh, was Brucey there?
Somebody probably took a shit in his throat if he was. So, and no one taught anyone to football. But they take him just into the hallway, and the whole time, Tattoo Face is like, "I'm gonna rape you to death, Warden." Like, shit. And
you've been dealt a hand. That is not the correct play.
Warden Red Skull puts his face behind the. He turns the guy around and just like puts his face up to the guy's ass, and just like he could just take his pants off. He didn't do that. He had to cut his pants off. He takes the blowtorch, burns his ass. And then he, you know, in Waiting, whenever the guys are describing the game, whatever the one was where you pull your balls through the back and you see the fucking
I wish I remember what it was called.
Rat head or whatever he says.
Yeah,
you get to see that.
Oh, that's good.
And then he heats up the knife and he pulls the guy's balls out and then quite literally pulls the guy's balls out.
I mean, who hasn't been there at some point in their life?
He heats up his knife on the blowtorch. He cuts the guy's sack open, and imagine a circus peanut that was in the sink overnight, and then Red Skull is like, "Take this down to the kitchen. Make them cook this for me. I'm gonna eat it for lunch." And he eats that guy's balls for lunch on a piece of lettuce.
Somehow I'm more upset at the lettuce.
I just want to see the
one of those gluten-free dipshits.
Or they're gluten and testicles.
I can't have bread, so I'm going to eat my balls on lettuce. He's that guy. Somehow I'm more mad at that.
He then proceeds to rub this man's sack blood all over his face, like war paint.
Isn't he afraid of these people?
Well, yeah, but he's got 2 big dudes holding him against the wall, so he's like, you know, it's fine.
I hope at some point he doesn't.
Well, so he does, you know, he eats the guy's balls.
As you do.
Right.
Yeah, that's a fucking Wednesday. Who hadn't been there?
Me.
Governor
shows up. It's our buddy Eric Roberts from all those shitty movies. Oh yeah, he's got a silver medal.
How?
Yep.
He is too. Why? He is too good for this.
You know what?
I'm mad. I'm upset.
He shows up.
I know you want to be I know you like doing movies, but anyway.
Julia Roberts' brother. He's there to basically put his foot down and be like, you guys suck, your prison's awful, I'm not going to get elected again next year because you guys fucked up everything for me. You're bad, I hate you, you suck. In hindsight, he probably should have done that.
You were in the Expendables. You were in Brooklyn Nine-Nine. You're...
And Ape versus Monster. He
I'm
leaves.
mad, I'm just disappointed.
Fat Hitler is just like, look, man, I'm tired of you not listening. I set up a meeting. I set up a meeting with the guy who directed Human Centipede 1 and 2. Alright? He's gonna come in here.
Did you need to meet the director to know what to do?
Yes.
Is it a complicated process?
Bring in a doctor. I have a plan.
I get the doctor. Why do you have to talk to the director of the movie?
Because he wanted to put himself in his movie.
Didn't you see the movies?
He wanted to make a cameo, I guess. He shows up. He tells him, look, we've got it all figured out. In the movie, it was 3 people, you know? It was great. It was fine. The second one, less than that. It wasn't exactly done surgically, you know? But I've come up with something that's going to be temporary. You'll be able to put somebody in the centipede for the length of their prison sentence. You'll just put a couple of holes in their face and their butthole. You shouldn't need a hole in your butthole. It's already a hole. So is your mouth by that logic. But
yeah,
I'd rather have a hole in my mouth than in my butt. So,
I mean, I'm fine with having both. I don't want anybody experiencing them but me.
He's like, we've got it figured out. We know how to do it. And then Dr. Red Skull Boss is like, no, that's stupid. But then he looks at the doctor and he's like, well, actually, it could work. And
How?
Fat Hitler, all we gotta do, just feed the one dude. That's not really gonna feed anybody, but we'll just give him some cheap-ass, like, food, like, nutrient injections and shit. They're not gonna run away.
Okay.
I feel like you have some thoughts.
I'm gonna take the morality out of this completely. This is just practical. What? Kill them? Like, you're in a prison. What money are you saving by sewing them together?
I mean, you don't gotta have as much. He explains it later. He explains it to Governor Eric Roberts later. He says, you know, we don't have to spend as much money on food.
But they're just gonna die.
No, they'll be alive because they're gonna keep injecting them with
Okay, sure.
Yeah,
sure.
You know.
Uh-huh. I'm not. This isn't a moral thing. I'm just looking at this practically. This is insane and stupid, and it wouldn't work.
I mean, well...
I'm no doctor, but this wouldn't work.
They'll have mouth and butthole scars that people in society will see and be like, I don't want to do crime.
Don't you have to explain that? Like,
that's the plan. They're going to be like, this is what happens to you if you do crime. Dr. Red Skull Boss, he's fucking off. He's walking around, and he ends up in the cafeteria, and... he starts looking around and he's like, uh-oh. I see all of people. I don't like that there's all of people. He starts calling out for guards and shit. And he's like, no thank you. Please no thank you. So
like prisoners and shit?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
They're like gonna come have fun with him. They're gonna come voice their concerns.
Right. I'm picturing the ping pong guy from the Longest Yards now.
They've all got comment cards and there's a box with you know, the smiley faces that go from smiley to
politely
frowny.
Let him know of the things. They just wish he'd do a little bit.
They write his things down.
Right.
And one of the things that gets written down is Tattoo Face comes over and says, I'm going to get some barbed wire and rape you to death with it. And then I'm going to dig up your Nazi parents and rape them too.
So his plan of... So his thought process of cutting their balls off is going to make them less angry. It's just going great.
They grab him, they throw him on the ground. All the prisoners are chanting death rape, which is really unsettling.
I never thought I'd root for something like that, but yeah, I'm all, you know, yeah, death rape.
But he tells him, I'm not going to fuck you in the butthole. I'm going to cut a new hole in you. I'm going to cut open your kidney and fuck your kidney hole. So he proceeds to do that.
It's not practical.
I mean, you know, you want to send a message.
But... that's just more work than it's really worth.
So Red Skull's laying on the floor having the worst time.
That's pretty awesome.
But then he wakes up because that was all a dream and it didn't really happen. He was just shit-faced in his office.
Sure do hate that.
Finally, they're doing the thing. They're having the surgery. The doctor is like, you know what?
Sure was rooting for it.
The doctor is like, We figured it out. We know how to do it. We'll be fine. Well, we'll get it all together. We're going to make it happen. We're going to start doing this in every prison across the country. Crime rates are going to plummet. We're going to put all this money back into schools and bullshit that people care about.
Oh, good. You're taking the moral high ground now.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's awesome.
He's really doing this for the people.
Yeah, it's for the children.
Everything is going according to plan. Everything's great. Good. There's prisoners that are just, getting their butts sewn to a mouth. Dr. Red Skull Boss is so excited because he knows the governor's on his way back. They're showing Governor Eric Roberts around. That he gets there. They're all excited to show him, like, look, man, look what we did. Look how cool it is. We're going to save so much money for the state and the taxpayers. The crime rates are going to go down. It's going to be great. They're like, look, here's the Centipede. Look how well it works. Listen to all the fart sounds that everyone asks for that you can hear.
Sounds?
Oh,
I feel like there shouldn't be.
There was a lot of gross noises that just
shouldn't be fart sounds.
They were very cartoonish. Apparently, lady secretary got in the middle somehow. I kind of dozed in and out a little bit towards the end. I'm not really sure.
In the middle?
Oh, yeah. This is like a 500-person chain.
Okay.
This is like every inmate they had. And then Eric Roberts, for some reason, is like, what are you doing? What is this? And he's like, wait, let me show you something even cooler. So he takes him around the corner, and he's like, look, we invented something new, too. This is the Human Centipede. Over here, we have the Human Caterpillar. So we took all the ones that are serving life and the death row inmates, and we cut their arms and legs off before we sewed their mouths and butts together.
Oh, that was good of them.
Yeah, because, they're not going to get released. So
right.
why would we make them not permanent?
Kill them?
Governor Eric Roberts is like, what the fuck are you doing? This is horrible. You're all going to die for, you guys are going to get a death sentence for this. This is fucking terrible. Like, you ruined my career as governor. There's no way I'm getting reelected now. Like, what the fuck are you doing? I'm out.
This is going to end poorly for Eric, isn't it?
He gets up, he's like, fuck you guys, I'm out, and he leaves. He's just like, no, I'm not dealing with this. This is fucking stupid. He's gone.
No, so they're not going to turbo murder him?
No, he gets up and leaves.
Okay, good for him.
He's just like, I'm not dealing with this.
I don't want to be in this movie anymore.
He fucks off. Red Skull and Hitler Fat are sitting there just looking at each other like, oh god, we are the most fucked. We're the most fucked that's ever been fucked.
There's some people in the area that are slightly more fucked.
Yeah, probably. Red Skull, he gets up and he's gonna, shoot himself in the fucking head. He's about to be like, uh-oh, I can't do this anymore. The doctor comes in and he's like, hey, look how good everything is. Isn't it great? When can we start, trying to expand and hire more doctors? Red Skull shoots him.
Okay.
Why not? He was only here because this was the only prison or hospital that would let him operate without a medical license. I don't think they explained why he lost it, but I have a feeling it probably got something to do with Poop Mouth.
It's probably something not great.
Poop Mouth definitely didn't help.
No.
He's about to turn around and shoot Fat Hitler, and then here comes our buddy Eric Roberts again. He walks back in the door and he's like, you know what? Actually, this is a good idea.
What?
I'm okay with this. This sounds really good.
How do you 180 on that? That's not a thing you change your mind on.
He sure did.
There are no gray opinions on this.
He figured it out. I swear to God, he says this is exactly what America needs.
That's what I was thinking.
Make America Poop Mouth again. Red Skull looks at Fat Hitler and he's like, you know what? It was your idea, man. This is great. I love this. We're fucking golden. You saved me. You saved my ass. They hug, and he shoots him in the head because he wants it to be his idea.
Okay.
So he shoots him in the head, puts the gun in his hand, makes it look like he unalived himself.
I don't feel very bad for him.
No, and then the movie just ends with Red Skull naked in the watchtower, screaming joyous noises into a megaphone over a wide shot of the 500-person human prison centipede.
Oh, I hate all of that.
So, moral of the story, I don't really know.
Be incredibly racist and the worst
is.
person, it'll end great for you.
Trump got indicted, but it's not really. But I mean, that's. I guess that's. I don't know what. I don't know what else to say.
I'm not gonna watch that.
I think you should. You should go watch it right now. I rented it on Amazon. You can watch it. It's there.
Gave them money.
Actually, I didn't. It was free, but
That makes me feel a little better.
no, that's not true. I gave them $3.99 for that. We got Megan is Missing for free. That was about a girl who gets kidnapped and stuffed in a barrel with her dead best friend and then buried alive. Spoiler alert for that movie, but
I don't really want to watch that. That just sounds like a bad movie.
It was fine. So do you feel like a better person because you know this now?
You know, I don't, but
I mean, we finally completed the trilogy, you know?
Did we? Like, what was there wasn't like an ending that made the first two movies better. There wasn't. I hate it. I do hate it.
Well, I'm glad I got to ruin your night with it. Did you guys have fun? I mean, I realize this movie came out like 15 years ago, or probably, I don't know, but you've probably already seen it if you're a fucking weirdo like me and Lakin, but...
I want, like, the version where, like, you don't get to see any of the poop mouth, and then John Wick is mad at Red Skull boss for, I don't give a shit what reason, and then he just does stuff.
He has to line them up in a certain way.
After he's done shooting Red Skull into everything.
I mean, he did get shot in the face in the first movie.
Yeah.
But there you go. That's Human Centipede 3, the final sequence. You're welcome.
Until like 8 years from now, they make...
Oh, God,
are they going to make
so.
a fourth one or just remake it?
Oh, we can hope. Maybe Pixar will get it. Bye!